everyone! I don't think I have formally announced this on a video yet, but I have finally reached over 1,000 subscribers. I want to thank all of you for sticking around and watching my videos. I never thought my channel would be as successful as it has been, and it means a lot to me that others are interested in what I have to say about my favorite shoujo series. So today I'm going to list my top 5 favorite characters from the series, and discuss what makes each of them special and why they are my favorites. This list is just my opinion, and I would love to know your top 5 characters in the comments. Please let me know if you agree or disagree with my picks. Here are my top 5 favorite Kodocha characters. Number 5. Suyoshioki. Suyoshi was one of the first characters I ever created a video essay on, as I found him to be one of the more endearing as well as complex characters in Kodocha. Suyoshi comes across as reserved, sweet, and caring. However, early on in the series, another side of Suyoshi is revealed when he is upset by something, and he is prone to rages and throwing violent tantrums when provoked. We learn later in the series about his troubled home life as his parents are getting a divorce and his father's physical abuse towards the family. Suyoshi is one of my favorite characters because of his strength and growth through the series. He's not just some random goofy classmate written into the story for comic relief, but he's actually a very relatable and deep character who feels extremely important throughout the series. Not only is Suyoshi's personal experiences interesting, I also like the role he plays in Sana and Aikido's relationship. After his crush on Sana subsides and he begins dating Aya, Suyoshi was probably the most supportive friend to both Sana and Aikido, and was very observant about how the two felt about each other. For both Sana and Aikido, Suyoshi was able to make them look deep within themselves regarding their feelings, and acknowledge the way they love and how they communicate that love. Suyoshi tells Aikido how he has to use words with Sana to communicate his love, and later on, Suyoshi and Sana discuss how she has experienced and processed love because of her past experiences with her manager Rei, and Suyoshi even hints during this conversation that Aikido does have feelings for her. But Sana being Sana, she still needs to hear it from him before she can believe it, and go through her personal struggles to understand what love really means. Back to Suyoshi, I absolutely adore his character as well as his role in the story. His psychological depth really shows the author Miho Obana's strengths as a writer, and her understanding of how children process trauma and their own feelings. Number 4. Masako Karata. Masako Karata, also known as Sana's mom, is a fun, witty, and intelligent character. Her most notable feature is her assortment of crazy hats that she wears every episode, and her constant delays for her manuscript, much to the disappointment and frustration of her publisher Onda. Her carefree and happy-go-lucky attitude and nature is just a part of her though, as she has also gone through traumatic experiences of her own, including a messy divorce and learning that the chances of her conceiving a child were almost non-existent. I love Masako because she is not only goofy, but she's very wise and a good mother to her daughter. I like how Masako, for the most part, will tell her daughter the harsh truths of life, preparing her for difficult times ahead during her adulthood, but also giving her room to have fun and be a kid. Masako is a great character, and I love her sense of humor and occasional nuggets of wisdom. Number 3. Natsumi Kimura. Natsumi Kimura is an actor, trumpet player, and a rival in love to Aikido Hayama. Like Sana, Natsumi also grew up as an orphan, not knowing who his biological parents were. As a child, he idolized Sana and dreamed of being a great actor just like her. Natsumi is very sweet, charming, and polite. One thing I love about Natsumi throughout the series is how he consistently puts the needs of those he loves above his own. While this is to his detriment sometimes, it does show how deeply he cares about others, and even though he is a rival to Aikido for Sana's love, he still tried to get them together despite wanting to be with Sana himself. As I discussed in my video essay on Natsumi, which I will link in the description, he is a very tragic character and a hero in this story. He is one of the only rivals in a love triangle situation in a series that I ever felt truly sorry for, as I personally think him and Sana would have been good together as well. Sana and Aikido work best together in my opinion, as they have the best chemistry, but I also think Sana and Natsumi could have been happy in a relationship as well, as the two care about each other very deeply and bonded together because of their past. In most series that I've seen, I typically dislike one of the rivals in a love triangle, But Kodocha really makes you feel for Natsumi, and it's heartbreaking to watch him destroy himself because of his love for a girl that'll never be with him. Another great example of Obana's writing, which is why I love Kodocha so much. I love how she makes you feel for characters that you might have hated by giving them so much depth and reasons to empathize with them. While Natsumi is flawed and tragic, I still absolutely love his character and feel that he is one of the more interesting ones psychologically. Number 2. Aikido Hayama. Where do I even begin with Aikido? His personality is that of a kundere's, meaning he has a cold exterior but is very loving on the inside. His backstory and development throughout the series is phenomenal. As he is one of the two main characters, we learn a lot about his upbringing and why he is the way he is. Aikido comes from a broken home as his mother died giving birth to him, which caused tension among the remaining family members. His sister abuses him and his father neglects him, and he acts out at school due to the lack of positive attention he receives at home. Aikido is a character that feels things very deeply and wants to learn from his mistakes. I love how quickly his character changes, as we already begin to feel empathy towards him by the end of Volume 1 of the manga. His aloof and serious demeanor works well in the world of Kodocha, as it complements the humor and personalities of the other characters, who are a lot more extroverted. In the anime especially, I love how Aikido's presence can make situations even more amusing due to his laid-back nature, and seeing everything that is happening is silly or trivial. The best part about Aikido's character is learning more about him as we go through the series, and learning to read his behavior along with Sana. He's an excellent main character, and I love watching him grow throughout the series and become a better person than he was at the start. Number 1. Sana Karata. Finally, at number 1 we have Sana Karata. It was difficult picking between Sana and Aikido for the number 1 spot on my list, as I feel the characters complement each other so well. They are almost two sides of the same coin. However, I chose Sana because I personally like her character the best, and she is what makes Kodocha my favorite anime and manga series. Sana is my favorite female character in fiction in general, because of her depth and how strong she is. She makes me laugh, she makes me sad for her, and she makes me understand myself a little more, as I could relate to many of her struggles. I love Sana's backstory and how it's presented because I really didn't see any of it coming. There are hints early on in the series that Sana's family life isn't totally perfect, but I never expected to find out that she was an infant who was abandoned in a park and found by Masako later on. Sana's story has so many great twists and turns, and I enjoyed watching her grow up throughout the whole series. While she doesn't just learn about herself, she learns about love and what love means. I think since she was abandoned as an infant, she might have struggled with feeling unlovable, and this made her not understand love when it was communicated to her through certain actions. This would explain why it took forever for her to be with Aikido. Sana might even be my favorite character in fiction of all time, and she is my favorite character in Kodocha. Thank you all for watching the video. So what do you think of my top 5 favorite characters? Do you agree or disagree with my list? Please like, comment, and subscribe for more Kodocha content in the future. See ya!